Hi guys, this is Bhaskar Jogi from GoOnlineTrainings.com. So today let us talk about why data modeling is so important. So what is data modeling and what is the relationship between data modeling and joins? And in data modeling, especially it is called as relationships, we have one-to-one, one-to-many and many-to-many. So why data modeling means in order to get the data from multiple tables or in order to link the data from one table to another, normally we use data modeling. So in SQL Server, what normally we do, we need to identify a primary key and the primary key will become a foreign key in the opposite table. It is going to be creating relationships. That is the reason SQL Server, Oracle, these are called as relational database management system. It means that the data is not going to be stored in a single table. We create multiple tables in the database and all the tables are not independently working. So one table to another table, you may have a relationship. Why relationship is important? Because tomorrow if you wanted to read the data from multiple tables, if you don't have a proper data modeling today, if you don't have proper relationships today, tomorrow joins operations you will not be able to perform and retrieve the data. So joins concept is data reading, data retrieval activity, but data modeling is database writing. At the time of writing, you are going to be implementing database as part of database designing. You're going to be implementing data modeling, where you are going to be identifying primary keys and foreign keys between the tables so that you can get the data from the multiple tables. If you have proper relationship, your joins can work at the time of reading the data. So that is what you need to understand. Data modeling is a data writing concept. At the time of writing, if you don't have the proper primary key, foreign key, then at the time of data reading, means it joins when you apply, it is not going to work. Right? So it is important that even though you have a 20 years of experience in the IT industry, when you join a new company, if somebody gives you data, as an independent guy, you will not be able to create a data modeling. Why? Because it is not your data. Even though my experience is 25 years, if somebody says you have to design my company's database, so what is that I should know? Should I know technically strong? Answer is no. You need to know domain knowledge or business knowledge. You need to have much more. Clear? Even though you have a 20, 30 years of experience in the IT industry, if you join new company or new project, data modeling will be new. You do not know why two tables are having one-to-one, why this table is linking to this table, or why this table is linking to that table. So that is not your, question. Your question, why it is there, means you need to go and ask the business justification. So whenever you see the data modeling based on the business knowledge, people are going to be creating it. It is not a technical concept. Clear? So never worry if somebody says, this is my requirement document, you create a database diagram for this. You cannot understand first the requirements, because the requirements based on some business data, the business domain knowledge. You need to have in-depth of business domain knowledge so that you can understand the document. After that, you can create a proper database designing, especially data modeling. Between two tables, you may have one-to-one, one-to-many, or many-to-many relationship. Whether it is one-to-one or one-to-many, many-to-many, we should not be worried. Why? It depends upon the business. For example, in India, one parent and child can have many children. So parent to children, you can have one-to-many relationship. But if you take the example to China, 20 years back, China is following one parent should have a one child. So parent and child in China will be one-to-one. So you cannot guarantee whenever I see parent and child, it will be 1:1, or whenever I see it will be one-to-many. It depends upon the company to company. For example, one department may have many employees, but one employee has to work for only one department. This is one scenario in one company. So it is one too many. In another company, one department will have many employees. Each employee has to work for minimum 2 to 3 departments. It will be department to employee. It will be many to many relationship. So it is not guaranteed which table to which table should have a primary key and foreign key. That is not guaranteed, and it is not guaranteed. And whether it is one to many to many, that is also not guaranteed. So only you should know that one to many to many is there. Where to implement means you need to know business understanding. Clear? So joins concept will be implemented later to retrieve the data, whether it is one to many to many. Joins does not see that. Joins only see we have a primary key here, there is a foreign key. Common column, if it is there, it is able to get the data, whether it is a one to many to many. It is not at all important for the joins. But if you don't have proper data modeling, joins concept cannot be implemented. So data modeling concept is a data writing point of view. People are going to be presenting or putting it there, and joins are data retrieval concept. Yeah, am I clear? If you have two tables, for example, one customer or one citizen of country can have only one passport, or one passport can be given to one citizen. So citizen to passport will be having one to one relationship. So what you need to do, any table's primary key can become a foreign key in the opposite table. Whereas in the one to many, what will happen? One department will have many employees. So here one to many, because one department will have many employees. Each employee has to work for one department. These two tables are having one to many. In this case, wherever there is a one, that is a department table, primary key will become a foreign key in the opposite table. So here any primary key cannot become a foreign key. Any primary key can become a foreign key in one to one, but in one to many, only parent table primary key will become a foreign key in the opposite table. If it is many to many, SQL Server or RDBMS cannot implement, because many to many multi-dimensional architecture, RDBMS is two-dimensional, means rows and columns. So what normally we're going to be doing it here, we are going to be creating, let us say, two tables we have. One is called a doctor's table, and second table is called, we have, let us say, hospital table. So hospital table to doctor table, if you see, one doctor can have many hospitals, one doctor can work for multiple hospitals, and one hospital can have many doctors, right? So it is many to many relationship. One doctor can work for multiple hospitals, and one hospital also can have multiple doctors. If you have Dr. Amar, Dr. Lata, Amar is working for Apollo, and his salary is, let us say, 10 lakhs. And the date of joining also will have, date of relieving also will have. So this guy is working for Apollo, getting a 10 lakh salary. Same doctor is working for Yashoda, getting a 20 lakh salary. Multiple salaries he will get it. So two salaries I will not be able to write it here, because two salaries, two date of joinings, two date of relievings, all these things cannot be written multiple. You cannot write 10 lakhs, comma 20 lakhs, because working for two hospitals. If it is working for one more hospital, 15, you cannot write multiple values in a single cell. This is not going to be working in RDBMS. What normally you do, where you're getting multiple values, that data you have to bring it here, and this is the primary key in the doctor's table. You bring this here, and this is a hospital number that you need to bring it. So this will be primary key, because no duplicate data. This is the primary key, no duplicate data. Wherever you're getting multiple data, those columns you need to delete from there, and you need to add it there. So doctor 101, hospital 10, salary 10 lakhs. Okay. Date of joining Jan 10th, let us say 2000. As of now is going to be working. So date of relieving is blank. Like that, same doctor working for 20 lakh salary, maybe working for March 20th and 2003 has joined, or 4 has joined, currently is working like that. So 102 maybe working for hospital number 10 and 2 lakhs is the salary, and she joined on the month of October, say 17th 2023, like that. Currently she is also working. So what you can do, wherever there is a many to many relationship, the many to many has to be converted into one to many and many to one. So here you have what do you say, the doctor. The doctor is one doctor, but this doctor can work for multiple hospitals. So it is 1 to m. So what you can do, so this concept you can just bring it down, right? So you can easily understand this concept. So here one doctor can work for multiple hospitals, is one to many from this to this, and you will have, this is the hospital number, multiple times the same hospital is there, it is many, the same hospital, it is one time only it is repeated. So from this to this, one to many, from here to here it is one to many. So one to many, many to one. So by creating one more table, what normally we do, we are going to be establishing or converting many to many into one to many and many to one by creating one bridging table. This is one foreign key, this is one foreign key. That is what you need to understand. Clear? So many people think that many to many cannot be implemented directly in RDBMS. So many to many will have a bridging table. Otherwise, you cannot implement the design. One to one means any table's primary key will become a foreign key. So in the opposite table, one to many means parent table will become a foreign key in the opposite table. So this is what you got to understand. When you turn this, it will become many to one, right? Or one to many. Both of them are same. Data modeling is not a technical concept. Data modeling purely business domain knowledge based concept. Even though you are good in technically strong, but you will not be able to create any data modeling until and unless you talk to the customers. Clear? If somebody says you do the data modeling for this, means you cannot understand anything. You need to understand the domain. Clear? So this is what is called data modeling. And every interview you will have these questions. What is one to one? What is one to many? What is many to many? If you have any questions regarding the data modeling, comment below so that I will be able to answer directly, guys. Thank you.